Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Gooners YouTube channel. Welcome to the Blind Gooners Facebook page, which is my channel and page. And welcome to Arsenal FC fans, which is Nitesh's page. We're going to be talking about some transfers this evening. We're just going to be doing a general sort of talking about transfers. There's going to be some Arsenal related, and then there's also going to be, we're just going to go for other transfer news that is around and about, with some other players going to other clubs as well. So, glad you could all join us. Listen, big up everybody in all the chats so far. And listen, I'm going to introduce my panel of guests. And first and foremost, we have Nitesh, who is the host of Arsenal FC Fans. How are you, Nitesh?
Yes, I'm doing good. And a lot of people, a lot of fans, Arsenal fans on the page have been asking always about these transfer rumors. They want to know, like, what are the transfer rumors that are going around? When will we sign these players, including Thomas Partey, or a lot of players? Like, even they were wondering what will happen with Gabriel, with Aubameyang. So finally, I decided I had with you that let's do something related to the transfer news, and here we are, all good. Even though I'm in the 6th month of quarantine right now, but I think it's all good. And glad to be on the channel and on the page again.
Yeah, and listen, it's great having you along. And also, this evening we are joined all the way from sunny Spain with joining us is Adam, known as Football with Brownie. How are you, Adam?
Very well, Daniel. Thank you for the invite. The invite was I had the invite off you in the middle of my meal tonight, so to fuck my mate off and finish my food early, and I've already got a beer in. So thanks a lot for wrecking my evening.
Yeah. Listen, I hope you literally didn't fuck your mate off, but yeah, that's
yeah. Well, no comment. No comment. No comment.
That's for another show. That's for the farewell show.
That's for that's for a late night show on Sam's channel, I bet.
Yeah. So yeah, listen. Thanks for joining. Do smash a like on this video, guys, and do subscribe to the channel if you are new. You guys know the drill by now, especially from both the pages. Do try and get over to YouTube channel and give us a little subscribe. Would really appreciate that. The Blind Gooner. So yeah, listen. Let's get into it. So let's start with the recent signing that Arsenal made, and it was announced yesterday. Listen, it's been dragging on for a week now, but let's start with Gabriel. So obviously we know that Gabriel's come in, and he is now confirmed as an Arsenal player. And we've addressed that centre back area. So Nitesh, I'm going to come to you. What are your initial thoughts and feelings on Gabriel?
I mean, he's a good player. According to some stats that I had seen, he's shown as a better defender than Upamecano as well. And those are stats. That is what I'm saying. But yeah, stats don't 100% lie. They at least have some credibility, and I will take that credibility going forward. He looks like a good, tough player. He's a Brazilian as well. So I think with the defenders that we have coming into the team now, I think it is a positive move for our club.
Yeah, and so yeah, what I was going to ask you.
I can hear music. I can hear music in Brownie's background.
do you want me to move outside?
Brownie's Brownie's obviously.
I am not the fucking.
He's at a strip club. He's at a strip club right now, so he's watching all them strippers.
No. I'm not the DJ in this restaurant. I tell you. Hang on one second.
He's setting the mood right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
So-
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
So Brownie, I'm going to come to you as well. With
Yeah.
Gabriel, do you think he'll be a good signing for Arsenal?
Well, to be honest, at his age, football clubs do gamble on prospects. You know, I can fully understand that. They try and buy cheap and hopefully that, it comes good in the end. He's had one good season. Looking at his history, he's had one good season with Leo, which was last season, obviously, which has attracted the interest of other clubs. What I don't really get is the in my opinion, over enthusiasm from some Arsenal fans who are claiming that he will be the next Gabriel Van Dijk. In my opinion, I don't think he will play more than maybe 15 games next season, and that would include cup games. He's the type of player in which you need to be patient with simply because of his age. And let's be honest, okay, PSG got to the final of the Champions League, but the French league isn't really strong. And I know what Nitesh is saying, that the stats were better on Upamecano's, but Upamecano was in I'd say the German league is twice as strong as what the French league is. Listen, he's a good prospect. Congratulations to Arsenal in getting his signing, but unfortunately I think it's typical Arsenal fan base of going over the top on a signing which is a gamble. Let's be completely honest. That's just my opinion.
I think from an Arsenal fan's perspective, and Nitesh, you can jump in here as well in a second. But from an Arsenal fan's perspective, I think it's not so much that we're overhyping this guy. It's what we're pleased about is that we're signing a player in a position that needs filling. You know, we Arsenal have needed centre backs for the last 5 or 6 years, and the fact that we're addressing it. Also, the fact. Listen, in regards to people claiming that he's going to be the next Gabriel Van Dijk. Listen, I personally think it's too early to tell that. You can't say that he's going to be the next. I don't want him to be the next Van Dijk. I want him to be the first Gabriel Magalhaes or whatever his last name is. I want him to be unique to him. I want he may have some traits of Van Dijk. He may have some. From what I've been reading, that he's quite powerful, that he's quite strong and commanding. Listen, I was saying this the other yesterday to Sam when we did the announcement video. I was saying that we've not had two centre backs, tall commanding centre backs for a long time at Arsenal, and now we've got possibly 3 in the shape of Pablo Mari, William Saliba, and now Gabriel. So
yeah, but sorry, Daniel, cut in on that. But the likelihood, let's be completely honest here, the likelihood of Gabriel and Saliba playing with each other is, in my opinion, is going to be very unlikely. You're probably going to have one partnered up with a more experienced player. Because I'm just going on social media, and unfortunately, social media can bring out the worst in people. I know that myself, right? But I seen a post on social media earlier, and it's in Saliba and Gabriel. You know, the partnership of Arsenal for the next 10 years. Well, hang on, mate. Hang on a fucking second. This one guy played one good season for Lille in a Farmers League, right? And he's going to have to he's still learning his trade. There's no way any sensible manager would put him straight into a Premier League team who's chasing 4th position. That's just crazy.
You know what, Brownie, right? I take
would
your
like to
point.
first- Yeah.
Sorry, Nitesh, I'll let you
but
come
there
in
are a
a
few
second.
things. No worries. Sure.
I was just
The-
going to say,
just
no,
Sure.
go on, Nitesh, you go first.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Sorry. Okay, I was just saying. First of all, the Van Dijk comment was never for Gabriel; it was for Saliba. That is the first thing. If anyone is saying they're just fooling around, it's not. First of all, it was never for him. Alan Smith was the guy who said it was about Saliba reminding him of. One mentioned Gabriel. If someone has done that, she is just a troll. And that is about that. The other thing apart from that is he was in League One Team of the Year this season, and Lyon has beaten teams like Juventus. They have beaten Manchester City. So whether it is a Farmers League or whatever league you want to call it, they have beaten some big teams there
Well,
in the current season. Champions League as well.
Hang on one second. 1 second. Didn't he come from Lille and not Lyon?
Yeah. Yep, sorry, Lille.
Right.
But he was still in the. I was talking about
that comment. It's been
no, I said it's not. I said the Farmers League. I was saying about the Farmers League. Mbappe also commented the same thing when Lyon beat Manchester City. I was talking about the Champions League final. So their league, even though it may have stopped earlier, but it is a big league which is, and they have some 2 or 3 good teams at least there as well.
So hang on, going on that comparison, Natesh, going on that comparison.
Yeah.
A defender for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal may have beaten teams in Europe, because Aston Villa are in the same division of Arsenal. When what you're saying is that Aston Villa defenders are good enough for bloody top 4. That's basically what you're saying. Just because Leo, Leo share the same division.
No, what
as
I'm
Leon,
saying is,
that's a ridiculous comparison.
No, what I was saying is that if a Jack Grealish from Aston Villa makes it to the team of the season, that means he is doing something good. And that irrespective of which team he is in right now, next season he may go to a bigger team and then he will be playing better football there. Just because you say that you call it a Farmers League, you say that it has no credibility or he's not credible enough to play in the Premier League, doesn't make sense, because the same teams from the Farmers League have gone into the Champions League semi-final and the other team has gone into the Champions League final. One of them is the champion, one of them is a contender for the champion title there in League One, and the third team now, which is he is part of, he still made it to the League One Team of the Year. If he was that crap, he would never be making it to League One Team of the Year. His team hasn't done anything that great, substantial in the league this season. Despite that, he has been putting in a solid performance and he has made that team.
It's called career progression. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's called career progression. That's why Haaland chose to go to Dortmund and not straight to Real Madrid or Man United. I can completely understand why Gabriel has made this move. But what I do not understand, and I this is why I do a lot of Arsenal videos on my channel, is because I know just how salty Arsenal fans can be, and it gives me a few views. Let's just be honest, right? The bottom line is, well done for getting the signature of Gabriel. I do think he's a good prospect. But that's all he is at the moment, a good prospect. There's no way any sensible manager, especially Arteta, will put him straight into a team or team's back four if he chasing the top four. It's just and it's not realistic. It's not realistic.
Right. Okay, let me come back on that.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me come back because I want to listen. You make some good points, Brownie. Two of which I agree with. Like, so the first one you made is that, you know, coming from the French league and playing in the Premier League is two different things. You know, the Premier League is different to, you know, it's a whole different proposition. And I agree with you in the sense that, yes, Gabriel's got to prove it. He's got to prove that. So listen, you know, it's one thing playing in the French league and then coming over and doing it in the Premier League. Because listen, the Premier League is a lot more physical. It's a lot more intense. It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
It's a lot more physical. You know, I always say that if you can do it at a wet night up in Sheffield or Leeds or something like that,
Cardiff.
You've made it. You know what I mean? And the other point you made about Arteta, you know, like any sensible manager wouldn't play him, you know, with, you know, it in the defense. I slightly disagree on that point because I think Arteta will play him. I don't think he'll play him. I don't think we'll see Gabriel and Saliba together just yet because they're still quite young.
They're both work in progress, Daniel.
I think what will happen is we'll see either one of them with David Luiz.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when they're integrated into the team, I think we'll see them play a bit together when they're both young. Saliba and Gabriel. I don't think they'll play together straight away. I do think there'll be a future partnership. I do think that they will be the future partnership of Arsenal, but I think that this season they'll certainly be integrated with. I think David.
Exactly.
I think that's why David Luiz. I think that's why David Luiz was signed to an extra year so that he could help these younger players.
That could well be replaced. You know, Arteta is taking the Wenger view on this, right? You could well see Saliba and Gabriel as a partnership in cup games, the early rounds of cup games, which is what Wenger used to do, and then, you know, build from there. But to have a mindset that they are going to go straight into a back four, possibly back five of a team which is chasing the top four in a Premier League, I think is borderline in stupidity, if I'm honest here.
No, the thing I disagree with you on that is currently if it's going to be a 3-5-2, the 3-4-3, it's going to be Arteta playing David Luiz with one of these guys. But his intention is to switch to the 4-3-3. So if you see Tierney is set, the centre backs are there, Pablo Mari, Saliba and Gabriel now. All he needs is one perfect right back. Either that will be Niles or it will be Cedric or it will be Bellerin or someone else coming in.
That would be a 5 in the back, surely.
No, 4. No, Tierney.
Well, if you got Tierney on the left, and you're claiming 3 in the middle.
Any two out of those, not all 3. I'm saying those are the options that is.
Which has been my point right from the start.
Yeah.
You'll see one of them with a more experienced person.
But one more thing can happen. You know, Arsenal has a problem with injuries. And the other thing is, he's getting rid of Rob Holding. He's sending him on loan. So the hint is clear that I may not start the initial few games, which is the start of the season, with you, but I will get you into the team slowly and build the defense around you. Because you guys are the youngsters. Pablo Mari may be the backup, and David Luiz will be out at the end of the season. So he's not going to overly rely on David Luiz. That is the simple message he's giving. And he has again made his intention clear that he wants to play the 4-3-3 going forward. So this season will be, I think this season will be the last season that we see the 3-5-2. By next season, it will be all
I don't
4-3-3.
think it.
I don't.
I don't think he'll play the 4-3-3 quite yet. I think he'll stick with his
Next season.
3-4-3. I think
No,
this
next
season he'll stick with his 3-4-3 because it's working so
Yeah.
well. And I think that I think the three centre backs will be either Saliba. I've said this season that the three centre backs are gonna. He's gonna go with three centre backs. He's gonna go with. He's gonna go with Saliba, Gabriel, and David Luiz. As
You know
the
what?
three
You know what?
centre-backs.
I don't agree.
And then he's going to go with Tierney as the wing back, and then he's going to go with. I'm not so sure. Listen, Maitland-Niles, I think is going to be. He's either going to be on that right side, or he's going to be a player that comes off the bench, or he's going to be.
Let me put this to you, Daniel. Let me put this to you, yeah? Right? And I know this is gonna go on to one of the future topics we're going to be talking about. Right? David Luiz. What if he plays David Luiz as a CDM for this season? Because he can't get another CDM.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. There's no indication. No,
well,
he's
David
not going to
Luiz
play.
played CDM for a few years at Chelsea.
Yeah, he has, but he's not going to do that.
Well, how do you know?
Listen,
give me the number. Give me the number of Arteta's agent, Daniel. Give me the number of Arteta's agent.
Because David Luiz he's never. Listen. I think he will play there, but I don't. I think. Listen, I don't think he's going to do that. I don't. He's not done it since he's been here, and I don't think he's going to start now. I think he's.
I think he's going to do what he did last season as well. He played him in, I think it was the league. Luiz got injured when he played a CDM there. So in the games that he wants to rest Xhaka, he can try to play David Luiz if he does not have any other midfielder, because
he's not
he needs to rotate.
He's not going to play David. He's not going to play David Luiz there. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. He's not going to play.
He did it in the League Cup.
He didn't. He never played
when he got sent off.
David Luiz. David Luiz he played him in defence. He never played him as a defensive midfielder.
He played him in the League Cup. He got injured and went off. David Luiz played in the League Cup as a defensive midfielder. He got injured.
What do you mean in the League Cup?
In the League Cup fixtures before the lockdown, he played David Luiz as a defensive midfielder, and David Luiz got injured in that game and he was taken off because of the injury. Then he missed around 3 to 4 games after that.
What League Cup?
The Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup.
What fixture?
I need to check that. I don't remember the fixture, but he played him as a CDM there.
I'm sure he has played
because
CDM
was that?
season.
Let me ask you. Was that when Arteta was manager, or was that Unai Emery? Because I think since Arteta's been in, Arteta's never played him as a CDM. And don't forget, when we were in the Carabao Cup, Unai Emery was manager, not Arteta.
I will have to check that, but I think it was Arteta and he got injured. David Luiz got injured.
Don't forget, we went out in the Carabao Cup to Liverpool, and
I have a funny feeling.
I'll give you the details.
Hey, do the homework, Natesh. Do the homework. But I have a funny feeling, yeah, that David Luiz come on against Man City when Man City battered Arsenal, and he got sent off. And I'm sure he come on as a CDM.
No, he did not.
No?
You do your homework now.
Off?
No, he didn't.
Well, do you do the homework?
Yes, exactly. He did not.
While he's doing the homework, Daniel, I just want to say that I watched Cardiff City's friendly against Doncaster yesterday or the day before. And we have an on-loan Arsenal right back. apologies, I don't know the who name. That's all I know is his double barrel surname ends in Tutu. And I always think he's Desmond's son, Desmond Tutu, the old South African legend. And but he played really, really well. I think he was on loan at Schalke or somewhere last season.
Sorry to cut you off, Brownie. I've just seen a comment here from Grant McRoberts, and he said that Emery was in charge of the League Cup, Arteta's FA Cup. So yeah, the league, because the League Cup, we went out to Liverpool 5-4 on
that was a crazy game, wasn't it?
That mad game, and I don't think Arteta, and then Bertrand saying Arteta's never played David Luiz as a defensive midfielder. I know he's played there. I know he's played there for Chelsea. I know but he's not played there for Arteta.
Okay, I'll stand corrected.
So
but you know what? For a basic YouTuber, saying I stand corrected and I apologize for misinformation is a fucking strange thing for YouTubers, I tell you.
So listen, going back to Gabriel, before we move on to the next player we're going to talk about, because we've been on Gabriel for quite a bit. I get your point, Brownie, about that he needs to adapt and various things like that. I do get your point, but I do think he will be a success.
Well, good luck to him. Like any other player, I wish him all the best, for his footballing career. Absolute good luck to him. But I just hope Arsenal fans don't put so much pressure on the guy, because the guy is still young, he's still raw, and he still needs to progress. That's all I'm saying. Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next player. But before we do that, I just want to remind you all to smash a like on the video and do hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, please do that. I'd really appreciate it. So what we'll do is... we will get some chats in a moment. We will get some chats in a little while. Nitesh will read some of those out for us. But I know a lot of you think Gabriel will be a success. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move on to the next player. And now this player we're going to talk about, obviously, is another player that Arsenal have been linked with, heavily been linked with, is Thomas Partey. I know. No. We've got to go on to this because listen, I want to. We've got to. I've got to talk about this when.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Okay, so Nitesh, do you think we'll get Thomas Partey?
Hang on, my friend. My mate who I just threw out, they're trying to put his bill on my bill. So hang on, you carry on. If I kick off with this waiter, then you know what it's about. Go on.
Yeah, Brownie's having a fight with Thomas Partey's agent right now. So...
No, go on.
Okay, so Nitesh, Thomas Partey, do you think we'll get him?
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't think we are that keen. Either we get him or we get Aurier, any one of them. And whichever we get, we'll be happy with one of them. We can't get both of them. Let's be realistic. We don't have enough money to get both of them. So, as I was telling you, Daniel, in the backstage, we are just happy that if we can get one player out of those two, I think we'll be happier, and we can be on our way and focus on things to come.
Sure.
Yeah. Listen, I agree. I think that Partey is our number one target. I think that if we can plug that gap, and obviously I'll talk to Brownie in a minute when he's
no, I'm fine.
finished
I'm
doing what
fine.
he's
I'm
doing.
fine. I'm fine. I'm going to be after
Yeah.
my mate later. The bastard.
So
He's done a runner without paying his bill, and I had to pay his bill.
So-
Never mind.
for those of you who have been following my channel a long time, and that obviously most people in the chat have been, everyone will know that Brownie doesn't think we'll get Party. So I'm gonna listen, Brownie. I'm gonna hand over to you, and you can just tell us why you don't think we'll get Party.
Okay. Right,
Can I just add one thing before Brownie
here we
goes
go,
on?
here we go.
Can I just? No, I just want to add something that a lot of people are saying that Thomas Partey is our priority, is our first choice, or is our main target this summer transfer window. If that was the case, we would have signed him by now, and we would not be looking for signing Gabriel first. We would have not been looking for signing other players first. So it is a myth. It is a rumor that he's our priority. He is definitely not our priority. If he was our priority, we would have had the deal done by hook or by crook.
Absolutely agree.
Okay, hold on. Let me come back on that, because let me come back on that. So
Okay.
everyone has a number one target, right? Every club has a number one target. First and foremost, and this is where I am going to disagree with you, Nitesh. I think Partey was our number one target because we've been linked with him forever. Also,
No.
Hold on one second.
Okay, no problem.
Hold on one second.
You go ahead.
I'm
biting my lip here, Daniel. I'm biting my lip.
Hold on. We have not got the money to pay for Partey right now. Now you can have a number one target, and other things can get dealt with first. Listen, our priorities have got all, like, for the last couple of weeks since the window's been open. From what I can see, the way I look at it, the way Arsenal's going, yes, Partey was our number one target to get in as a he was the main guy in that defensive midfielder that we were looking at and that we wanted, right? But let's not forget we've had other issues to sort out.
My lip is bleeding here, Daniel. My lip is bleeding. I'm biting so hard.
Hold on. So we've had other priorities with Aubameyang's contract, which, listen, even I've said that is more important than trying to get Thomas Partey, is tying Aubameyang down to a deal. And then with Gabriel, listen, that's getting him in was another crucial target. Maybe not our number one target, but a crucial area. Listen, you're not going to get all your business done in 2 weeks of the window being open. And with Thomas Partey, we know that it's pretty obvious what needs to happen is that we need to pay the 45 million, and then we can talk to him. Now, all the signs are that if we pay that 45 million, is that we'll get him, because he wants to come to Arsenal. He's openly said he wants to come to Arsenal. He's not going to force the move. He's not going to force his way out of Atletico, but he wants to come to Arsenal. Our stumbling block is raising that 45 million, because we've got to make some outlays. And I do genuinely believe that we are making these outlays. We're trying to get players off the books so we can raise that money. And I've said it, anybody who's been following my channel, I've said it, that this Partey deal is going to run right through until the end of the transfer window. Because Arsenal always have a deal where it runs and runs. And last year it was Kieran Tierney. Remember when we were linked with Kieran Tierney? That got solved on deadline day. That run right through the transfer window. 1 minute we was getting him, next minute we weren't getting him, next minute we was getting him, then we weren't getting him, and then right at the end we come up with some agreement. So
hurry up, Daniel! I need to go toilet, man. I need to go toilet.
So you can have you can have a number one target But just because they're your number one target doesn't mean say you're going to go after them first and get the. Listen, we know we're part of that. A lot of things have to fall into place for the deal to happen. So that's all I'm going to say on that. So Nitesh can come back at me since I was sort of questioning on his point, and then
Can I come
Brownie
back on you
can come
first?
in.
Can I come back on you? Can I come back on you first because I need to go to the toilet? Yeah.
Okay,
Can I come
sure.
back on you first? Yeah. Is that good? Right. Nitesh, well, I know he's a good human being, and Nitesh, I was on the Arsenal FC stream. What 4 months ago? Nitesh, now I think. And I clearly said to him, listen, we all know that I paid for his information from Atletico. At the time, it was €400. And as it stands, the information has been bang on. Okay? 4 months ago, Nitesh, I think it was, when we had a stream, I was informed Arsenal did not have the money to get the buyout clause. Now, at the time when I done a link on that, done a video on that, I had all Arsenal fans saying, we have got 200 million in the bank, you talking bollocks, blah, 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 blah. Well, hang on, Arsenal is no longer a PLC, so they don't have to publish their accounts anymore because the Cronkies own 100%, and as that, they don't have to publish their accounts. So people who think, oh, they got 200 million in bank cash, they don't know that. They don't know that. No one knows that. Only the Cronkies. Okay, let's just put that to bed. 4 months ago, I was informed Arsenal did not have the money to do the buyout clause. Right? To this point, that has still been the case. Now this is why they've gone to that guy from Lyon. Is because Atleti, the bottom line is Atleti don't want to lose Partey. They don't want to.
And I think he's gone. Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
I do
your
apologize.
audio-
Someone tried to call me. Right.
Sure.
Atleti don't want.
And he's getting a call again. It's one of those chicks calling him now. Brownie, get your ass home.
It's one of them. It's that Atletico agent, or some flipping. I don't know.
Yeah, the Atletico agent is calling him and telling him, "I thought we had a deal. You were not supposed to disclose the amount that you paid me," and he's gone.
I see. I have got. Is he gone?
Yep.
See, I was going to come back at him as well with the because obviously he's making reference to this Aouar deal, which is actually funny. Yeah, it's actually funny because Aouar, if we were to get him in, would cost more than Partey because they want 60 million for Aouar, and Atletico want 45 million, which is Partey's release clause. So the argument falls flat on its face if you're saying that we're going for this guy Aouar, because that he's the cheaper option. Actually, he's the more expensive option.
Yeah, and the other thing is, no, it's not. He will say that again. He will go back into the argument that Arsenal does not want to pay that money up front and all those things. But the honest thing about this is, I'll tell you two things. First thing is, Arsenal. I say Thomas Partey is not Arsenal's priority. I'll tell you why. I'll give you the reason as well. If Granit Xhaka was not playing the way he is playing right now, if Dani Ceballos was not playing the way that he played in the second half of the season, I would say Thomas Partey is our priority. If these two things, I will say this to Brownie as well. Brownie, if Granit Xhaka was not playing the way that he is playing already, if Dani Ceballos was not playing the way he is...
Well, hang on.
Yeah.
I do apologize. That was one of my ex-girlfriends who I pissed off in the last couple of hours. Right? Right? So where was I? Right. Basically, yeah, and I know what you're on about. That guy from Lyon is more expensive than Partey. Yeah?
60
However-
million, 60
Right.
million pounds,
Right, but
60 million
however-
euro.
But however, yeah, the guy from Leon can be bought in installments. Party cannot be bought in installments, and that is why they are looking at him. Atleti do not want to sell Party. That is why they're trying to make it as hard as possible for Arsenal. But I tell you, AS. People may not know the Spanish publication of AS.
I do.
It come out today. I sent you both a link. We don't over here in Spain. We don't really have many publications, but AS is credible. Can be, but I know they are very closely linked to Atleti. And what they clearly said today is that Atleti do not want to even talk to Arsenal about shitty fucking Guendouzi coming over the other way, Lacazette coming over the other way. They don't want to lose Partey. So the thing is, you put the money up for the buyout clause in full, absolutely on the table, or it's no deal. Absolutely no deal.
And I agree
And
with you.
I
Brownie,
agree with
I
you.
agree. Brownie,
So-
I agree with you. Listen, I don't think swapping Lacazette or Guendouzi, Atletico want that, and I agree with you. But this is what I'm saying to you, that this transfer saga, it's a lot of people are saying it's dead. You're not the only one, right? And this is why I'm saying it's not dead, because it's dead right now because they were at a stalemate, and this was exactly the same a year ago with Kieran Tierney. The deal was dead at this point in time in the situation. They wanted Celtic wanted 25 million. We were offering, I think, about 18, which was absolutely ludicrous. And it stayed like that forever, and it stayed like that for ages. And then we managed to, we ended up paying the 25 in the end. So they were able to they were able to do that.
With the greatest respect, though, Daniel, Atleti are a different monster than Celtic.
Yeah. No,
Let's
I get
be
that.
honest,
But what
yeah.
I'm saying, I get that. But what I'm saying to you is that
No, but
there's still. Hold on one second.
yeah.
There's still over a month. Actually, what are we in September? So we've still got 4, maybe 5 weeks to go in this
45
transfer
days.
window. Okay, and
Yeah.
what I'm saying to you is, it's clear, you can see by the reports that Arsenal are trying to offload players, and we are managing to offload some players. There's players been linked with, listen, we're trying to offload a good number of our players to raise that money. Now, we could get that money easily. We can't afford it right now with that release clause because we've got to make some outgoings.
But
And
that's
all
not.
hold on.
Hang on
All
one
through the
second.
window,
Sorry, Daniel.
hold on. All through the window, and this is where people don't understand me when I'm saying that the deal's not dead, right? All through the window is that Arsenal say that Thomas Partey is a priority, but it depends on outgoings. That's been the case the whole time.
But it's
And
not for Arsenal fans. It's not embarrassing.
Whether it's listen, I'm
What
not
is
talking about
embarrassing?
whether it's embarrassing.
No, come on. We're only talking sorry.
But we're talking about
I've been
signing
talking, I've been
Partey.
talking in euros, but
We're not talking about
50 odd million euros, yeah. But we are talking as players go these days, we're talking quite a low amount in total. It's not embarrassing for Arsenal. I mean, where is the money going?
No, but I have 3 questions for
Where
you
is
then.
Arsenal's money going?
Let me say this, right? Let me say this, because Nitesh, I know you want to ask him your questions, but I want to say this. Firstly, it's in normal circumstances, yes, it would be embarrassing. Secondly, we're in this situation with COVID-19, and it's not just Arsenal that are in this situation. You look at other clubs
Agreed.
that are in this situation. The only one who's moving madness right now is Chelsea, but they've got money from Eden Hazard, and they've got money that they've not.
To be honest,
they
they had a transfer ban, so they can spread their
But-
money.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
FFP. Yeah, I agree.
So it's not just Arsenal that are struggling financially. Atletico are struggling financially. This is why Atletico are holding out for this 45 million because they won't do a swap deal because Atletico are in shit state right now
No, I don't think that.
financially.
You know what?
They are in shit state. They are.
Right.
That's why they're holding out for this money.
Hang
That's
You
why
said
they're
it
holding.
yourself.
Daniel,
Brownie said
before-
it yourself.
Hang on. People back in the UK think that Atletico are in shit street, right?
Yep.
Basically, but the people in the UK actually know who's behind the Atletico management. The people realise that Azerbaijan oil money is behind Atletico. Hence the reason why they built the Wanda Metropolitano.
But they're in shit state, Brownie. It doesn't matter. They are.
Basically, they've got
On
oil
that
money
basis-
behind them. They've got
Yeah,
oil money
on that
behind
basis.
them.
Yeah,
The
but so have
party
Arsenal
contract-
then.
the
So have
party
Arsenal.
The party contract is up until 2023. They've given him an improved offer. Athletic they're in a strong position at the moment.
Actually, I disagree with you there. I disagree with you on two things, and I'm going to make this point. The first one being is that if you're going by your logic, then I could say that Arsenal have got money because the Cronkies are worth 10 billion, even more than that.
They're not worth more than Azerbaijan oil reserves, like Qatar with Man City. And
let me tell you, Stan Kroenke's wife owns Walmart.
Yeah, but
So-
that's not more than Azerbaijan oil reserves. Let's be honest here.
But clubs
You know.
aren't going to dip it. Clubs aren't going to dip into that money due to financial fair play. And secondly, I want to come to your second point.
Yeah.
So you're saying about this new contract.
Yeah.
Right. And as I understand it, with this contract, and I've been doing a lot of research on this over the last couple of days, is that Atletico have said to Thomas Partey, yes, we want to offer you this bumper contract, but we can't do it until next year. If you're prepared to sit and wait for a year, then we can offer you the contract next year.
Well,
So Partey, hold on one second. Let me finish.
Let me finish,
right? So Partey
is the first
has
I've heard
said-
of it.
Okay, so Partey has, as I understand it, has said to Atletico, okay, then I'll sit and wait. And then if Arsenal come in, then I'll move. If they don't, I'll stay at Atletico and I'll consider your contract next summer. So
Right.
listen, Partey doesn't need to move to Arsenal. Partey's in a good position right now in the sense that he can just sit and wait and let things play out, which is what he's going to do.
Because he
And-
wants other clubs. He wants other clubs. Like, listen, right? I have dealt with agents and footballers many times in the past, right? I do not hold footballers in high regard. I do not hold agents in high regard. In my opinion, they're all fucking mercenaries. None of them love the club none of them love the clubs they play for, even though the fans would love that to be the case. It isn't that. It's not anymore. It's just a job to them, right? And if Partey is saying that, and that's the first, Daniel, as I said, that's the first time I've heard of it. But if Partey is actually saying that, you know what first thing coming to my mind, because of my personal experience with these footballers and agents, first thing coming to my mind is saying, okay, I'll wait 12 months. Within them 12 months, we'll see what other clubs are interested. Because I tell you something now, and I sent you a link. I sent you both a link previously. Partey, forget about his father or his cousin's brother's sister's dog, whatever they say. Partey wants to go to United. Telling you
never got
that.
such a
I am telling you that now.
No, he doesn't.
I'm telling
No, he
you.
doesn't.
If
No, he
if he
doesn't.
wanted to go to United have the money. They've signed Van de Beek. They would
Yeah.
have signed Partey. He did
No,
not sign for them.
Hey, Van de Beek doesn't play CDM. That's what we got to think of. Van de Beek does not play CDM.
Partey
plays
does
both
not
roles.
want to go to
And
United.
it would
Partey
not
does
sup-
not want to go to
it
United.
would not surprise me one bit it would not surprise me one bit that United will pay the release clause before the end of this transfer window. I'm telling you that now.
Two things.
Listen, let me
There.
tell two things, Brownie. Two
United
things,
wanted to
right?
sign him.
Man United want to sign Jadon Sancho for 90 million, and they're struggling to do that. So that's not going to happen.
Guys, I do apologize. I'm going to have to go because this restaurant is closing up, and I'm jumping on a bloody internet. I got my laptop still in there because I'm supposed to be working. So do you mind if I love you and leave you on this stream?
Yeah,
Yep,
no
sure.
worries. No worries.
Thank you very much for the invite. I do apologize. I'm an hour ahead of you, Daniel, and I completely fucked up on the timing, if I'm honest with you.
No worries. Bye.
Take care. Oh, sorry. I completely forgot.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I they said half, but in UK time.
He's still in the stream.
No, I'm so hour ahead of. So good. I paid up to.
Finally, okay, he's gone.
I just removed him from the.
But
stream.
anyways, what I
Jesus.
was. No, he
Yeah,
does
oh
not
my
make
God.
sense there. Three things. One, Manchester United had the money. They just signed Van de Beek, who's another midfield. If they wanted Thomas Partey, they had the money. Why will they give Matic a 3-year extension? If they know that they're going to sign Thomas Partey, they would never give a player like Matic a 3-year extension. That is one. The next thing apart from that is that he keeps saying that Arsenal does not have the money. Arsenal does not have the money. It's not that Arsenal does not have the money. But when you got like around, say we got 7 centre-backs and none of our centre-backs are being sold or we are not offloading any of the wages, how many wages can we afford to keep adding? So they are waiting.
Yeah.
If tomorrow Lucas Torreira gets transferred, he signs for Fiorentina, and for Fiorentina he signs and he moves to Italy. And apart from that, if we lose maybe Guendouzi, we sell him off, or some other player. Like the club wanted to sell Niles. They wanted to get rid of Niles and get in Thomas Partey. But at the end of the day, Niles is now an integral part. Arteta wants him as well. So they are not able to raise any funds from there and get rid of his wages. So if we are able to get rid of, say, Torreira, he was going to Fiorentina, and what will happen is at the end of it, we will have enough money to also buy a player, to also pay off the wages of Thomas Partey, and then we can go ahead and push for the deal. So
Yeah.
he's
I genuinely believe with this Thomas Partey thing that I think Arsenal are trying to get all their ducks in a row before they move for him, because they want to make him an offer that he can't refuse. And I think part of that is getting players out and getting this and listen. If this is what I was trying to explain to Brownie, is that just because Partey could be our top target, right? But just because he's our top target, if other deals are easier to get done, you're going to wrap them up first. And then now what they've done now is Arsenal have given themselves enough time now to put all their focus into that Thomas Partey deal, which I believe is what they'll do. Now that we've got key areas sewn up, I think they're going to look to get, Thomas Partey or this other guy in, or, one or the other. They're going to focus their attention on both those deals. And as I understand it, they've just got to remove, they've just got to make finances. Listen, Bellerin could be off to PSG. Torreira could be off. Socrates, we know, is potentially off. To Napoli. Also, who else is?
The other thing is, Mkhitaryan has been released. His contract has been paid. But one more thing you need to understand, that even Elneny, when he played in the last 2-3 games, he's looked good under Arteta. So you never know. We may not even get rid of Elneny, because he can contribute in some ways and add to the squad strength. The only player that hasn't played right now is Ozil and Guendouzi, who are both going to leave the club next season. So one more thing, as I said, if you wait, it may so happen, like you are saying, the only point that I disagree with you on is that you are saying that Thomas Partey is the priority or the top target. I disagree. We may sell Torreira, we may sell a few more players, and still we may go for OR than go for Thomas Partey. If that is the case, then I think all the Arsenal fans who were saying that Partey is a priority will go quiet, because even when the club may have the money to pay off his release clause, we may go for an OR. If that happens, because if you have read some of the stories, those are suggesting that Arteta likes OR more than Partey. He's seen his contribution in the Champions League with Lyon. He's seen how he has been playing so far, and he prefers him over Partey now. So this rumor that Partey was
and I'll
the
be
priority,
happy with that. I'll be happy with that as well. If we got OR and we didn't get Partey, listen, I'll be gutted that we didn't get Partey. But to me, OR is just up there. He's one of the best. He is potentially, I wouldn't say he's better than Thomas Partey, but he's on par with Thomas Partey. You know, he's on par with Thomas Partey. And also, you know, the thing is as well that things change, situations change over time. So,
and
you know,
just want to add one more thing. When we wanted to sign Thomas Partey towards the end of last season, we knew that he has a release clause. So there is no negotiation. In terms of a release clause, you generally tend to pay it upfront. That is also confirmed, unless some clubs is really generous. Other thing is, what we tried to do after that is, we tried to do a swap deal, which would make us spend less money, and it would also get us the player, which was a risk that we have taken. Pandemic, a lot of clubs are trying to do that. So that was something different that we tried, but it has not worked out. We still know what is the amount that we need to pay for him. But at the end of the day, if the club realizes that we have more money, and possibly when we sell Torreira, we have the chances of having more money than we expected, and we can spend it on a better prospect, that is OR, than Partey, then the so-called priority will obviously not remain the priority even for the fans. I don't know who has said that Thomas Partey is the priority. I think what is the priority, what has always been the priority, is one more attacking option, which we got Willian, one more defensive option, which we got Gabriel now, and one more midfield option, which can either be Partey, which can either be OR, or it can be some third person as well. It could have even been Doucouré. I don't know why they have not even got for Doucouré. So the priority is the position. It's not a player. It's the position. We have strengthened our centre back role. We have strengthened our attacking role, which is another winger, which is Willian, who can play also cam. And now we need to strengthen in the defensive midfield side of things. So the priority, as I said, is the position. It doesn't matter which top player comes in. It just has to be a top player who can add to Arsenal's quality in midfield.
And also, we're getting Ceballos back on loan. That's looking like that it could be, that's looking like that it's going to get done. So yeah, listen, it's interesting. Like I said, that this Thomas Partey thing is going to run right through till the end, and we're not going to get no clarification on it until the end of the window. And I genuinely believe that. And I disagree with Brownie when he says that Partey wants to go to United.
If United wanted him, the deal would have been done weeks ago.
Partey's not even been linked to United. There's not even no links there.
Did you get any article from him which read that Thomas Partey says, I want to go to United? I have not seen any kind of proof about that. Unless he's had a few beers too much and he's talking to himself, I have not heard this rumor at all.
No, I've not heard this. So Thomas Partey does not want to go to United. It's not happening.
United doesn't have the place in midfield to get another midfielder. I don't know why they got Van de Beek. Maybe because they are planning it for the future, or they were trying to cover up their incompetence that they can't get Sancho. Yeah.
So that's what it is, Nitesh. You hit the nail right on the head there. It's because they can't get Sancho, and they want to bring in a sign-in to appease the fans, and they just brought in this Van de Beek guy. And I said they're moving like we did under Gazidis and Wenger, where we couldn't get our top target, so we're just buying anybody just to appease the fans. And that's what United are doing. United are in that phase right now.
Can I quickly go through the chats? We haven't addressed them at all because Brownie was going in another room.
Yeah. We'll go through the chats because there's lots of them.
Yeah, so I will just read out whoever is wishing us. So I'll just say a big up to Omar, big up to Charlie, big up to Miss Melina, big up to Steve, Arsenal Misfit, and big up to Chadwick as well, big up to Fred, big up to Harvey in the chat, United Daily Transfer News, big up to Russ Morgan. Okay, the chats are now skipping. Wait, I don't want to skip any of the chats. Okay, Russ Morgan. And quickly just going through some of the comments that were coming in. Steve was saying, he's chilling in his garden. That's a big up, and in his backyard. And yes, uh, Steve is saying that Gabriel, he's happy with the announcement. Apart from that, Russ Morgan, big up again. Hayden Whittle, big up to you. Bertrand Soup, big up lads as well. Big up to you as well. Zidane, big up to you. Steve again. We don't need Gabriel to be a superstar. Just need him to be steady and play mostly error-free football, which is what we have had in years. He's not Van Dijk, so be it. I can live with that. That is what Steve is saying. And Bertrand is saying, how is a Farmers League when the best players in the world come from League One? I mean, at least this season, you can't call the League One the Farmers League after what they've done in the Champions League as well. Arsenal Maniac, big up to you as well. Also, Lille is a top 8 side in France, not like Aston Villa. I don't want to get into that comparison. Arsenal Maniac again. Anyways, many French players have been a bit Premier League. Yes, they have. Bundesliga players have rather struggled. We have seen that. Chadwick talking about which team does Brownie support, and again coming from Arsenal Maniac. Bertrand again talking about the League One. Chadwick as well. Moving on, big up to Steve once again, and Peter Parker, big up to you as well, CM, and Alpha Training 166, big up as well. He's saying nice trim for blind Gunner. They're talking about your haircut, Daniel.
yes, I have had a haircut today.
Yep, and Grant Roberts is saying if he plays Luis in the back three, this was about a chat from the back, and it was going to be as Luis is useless in the back four, he's good enough only in the back three. Arsenal Misfit again saying before the two new backs can play together, they need to learn to speak the same language first. Otherwise, it will be a disaster. And Ali Ramadan is saying, hi family, any new signing? The Gabriel one was the last one. Bertrand, big up. Afolabi Ezekiel from Facebook again saying, what's the latest on Thomas? We had that discussion. Bertrand, big up. Khan, big up. And coming on to Prince, big up for you as well from Facebook. Quickly going through the main chats right now. Okay, Brownie is back. Daniel, if you can add him as well, he's back in the backstage. And big up to the main chats and Alpha Training trolling us that Messi is coming to Arsenal. Arsenal Misfit again happy with he's saying would not be happy with the Aura deal in installments. And Daniel Chadwick is saying that it's dark in your room. If you can switch on the light. Big up Liam Damon as well. Big up Mr. Bugle. Yep.
Okay, I actually can't do anything with my lighting. I do apologize to everybody because where I'm sat at my table and chairs, conveniently the light is unfortunately not shining, and also the I can't really open the curtains because it won't really make much of a difference now because it's pitch black outside. So apologies.
There you go.
You guys are just going to have to imagine my gorgeous face, aren't you, instead of being able to see it. So
I will quickly go through the rest of the chats. Sorry, big up to Tai, big up to Zidane as well, big up to Troy, and big up. He's saying piggy banking the restaurant's Wi-Fi. I've heard it fucking all
I know. I took offense to that one, actually, you bastard. But no. Basically, no. Hang on. I was also doing my other work, which is I'm in recruitment, been in recruitment for 20 years. So I was also doing my other work before I come on here. So when I come on here and you told me to move because of the music was so loud in the background, that made I had my laptop and everything else back inside. So that was the only reason. It was not piggybacking but whoever it was.
It's a troll. It's a troll, Brownie.
One cheeky bastard, but it made me laugh. I'll be honest with you. It made me laugh.
And quickly going through the chats, Mila Arsenal is saying next season I expect Arsenal to be good. Taib, big up once again. Big up Justice as well. Again, the chats are flying around. Big up Zidane as well. Big up Mr. Bugle. Bungle and big up Taib once again. Grant Roberts is saying El Neni playing well in preseason doesn't mean he's staying. Every fringe player can be good preseason and will get sold. Let's see. Daniel, talking about El Neni, do you guys think he'll be sold, or do you have any expectation that he could be retained? Because none of our players are being sold and we're not getting any big money offers for them.
I think he'll be sold. I think I don't think he's in his plans. I think he just played him there because obviously we don't have Ceballos at the moment. They're still trying to sort out his loan deal. And I genuinely believe they didn't have any other option. You know, we had the likes of Pepe, Willian, you know, all on holiday. Listen, we know that he's not going to play. You know,
Yep,
obviously Torreira was on holiday as well. So yeah, I think El Neni will be sold.
I think El Neni may be retained as a squad player because Torreira will be going. They are thinking about selling Guendouzi, but may keep him for the long run. So let's see. Brownie, you're lagging a lot. Can you rejoin? Can you try to rejoin? You're lagging a lot.
Yeah. I'll jump on. Okay. All right.
Sure. Okay. I will just be honest. I just told him that because there was a lot of music playing on, but he was lagging as well. Anyway. So Steve, he's saying you're right, Daniel. The whole party deal is being held up by our ability to get rid of the dead wood. If Bellerin goes to PSG and Kolasinac back home and Torreira goes to Italy, then we can get it done. So yes, we were discussing the same thing, Daniel. If you remember, we were talking about this. We are just waiting for some of the wage bills to be going off and for more cash to come in. If we get that, the club was actually expecting to sell Guendouzi, but that isn't happening. So I don't know. We are just waiting for some of the wage bills to go down, because if we keep adding and stacking wage bills, we will go bankrupt at one point of time.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't realize as well that Mkhitaryan was on 180 grand a week.
He was.
Which is a lot of wages for an average player. And a lot of people
I think we paid off like around 8 million. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And a lot of people need to realize that actually, although we didn't get a fee for Mkhitaryan, just getting his wages off actually frees up a lot of money.
Yep, it does. That is what I was saying. Around 8 million. I think we have saved around 8 million now. That was the figure that I saw. I may be wrong, but it was around 8 million. That is the total wage that we have saved by getting rid of Henrik Mkhitaryan and like getting his contract like terminated by mutual consent. We have saved around 8 million on that. That is what I read, if I remember right.
Yeah.
If anyone has the exact number, definitely put it in the chat. But I read around 8 million at least.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's go on to the next topic, and that's Bellerin. Sure. Do you think he'll go to PSG, Bellerin?
Should I just finish off the chats? There are like 10 chats left. I can quickly wrap it up. Then we can go on with Bellerin.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so big up again, Zidane, Taib, Ahmad Abdullahi Ibrahim from Akula from Facebook is saying Arsenal are home. Let's go together and make it. Hopefully, yes, that happens. Troy Jarvis is in the chat as well. Big up to you as well. Piggybacking. Not again. Steve is saying, hell, if Ozil goes to Saudi, then that is half of party is saved in wages and the release clause. Taib is saying Brownie has lost the plot. He has been eating camel. Okay, I don't want to get into that. Camel balls, he's saying. He's been eating camel balls. And Steve is saying, as far as I know, Manu hasn't even talked to Atletico about party. I have no idea where that rumor has come up from. Big up Melina, big up Taib, big up Mr. Bungle, big up Steve as well. El Neni will be sold and sent out of loan if he can't be sold. Yes, that could be a possibility. He could be sent out on loan. But I think Guendouzi, if he's retained, he will be sent out on loan. And Grant Roberts, the last chat so far, is saying, also do not forget the club has a 25 million offer from PSG for Bellerin plus 5 million add-ons. I said this on Twitter. I said this on Facebook. Take the damn deal. Get rid of him. We got Niles. We got Cedric. I would have wanted Doherty at Arsenal. I don't know why they didn't go for Doherty, who was an Arsenal fan as well. But anyways, so yeah, coming back to you, Daniel, on the same thing as I said, I would sell Bellerin, get rid of him, play Niles as the first choice, play Cedric as the second choice, rotate between them, and probably get in one more player who can be a bit versatile. He can also play midfield and maybe as right back or left back. Something like Niles. We need more versatile players. That is what I will say to that.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I think we should sell Bellerin. I think Bellerin, we can get a bit of money for him.
Yeah.
And I think now we got Maitland-Niles there. You know, Maitland-Niles can play in several different positions, so I think we should be looking at getting Bellerin off the wage book.
And Adam is back in the chat as well. He's back in the backstage.
Jesus Christ. So while I'm adding, while I'm adding Adam into the chat, do remember to smash a like on this video, and do please, everybody on Facebook, please subscribe to the Blind Gooner, because I will be doing some content as well that won't necessarily be going on the page, like some pre-recorded stuff that you guys will miss out on. So please do go over to the channel and subscribe, the Blind Gooner on YouTube, and let's add in Brownie.
There you go.
Sorry,
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know that.
I have been listening to what you've been saying while I've been backstage, and
Yeah.
the main thing here has been the fact that you claim, oh, we've never heard a report of Partey going to Man United.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I've just sent a report to both your Facebook direct messages.
Okay.
Because if you remember when you had this conversation a couple of days ago, I think Simply said that because I put the same report in a live chat and Simply said, oh, when you put
Simply.
like links into the live chat, it doesn't go, you can't see it or whatever.
When was the report? When did the report come out?
Oh, hey, check the fucking date yourself, you lazy bastards.
Okay, Nitesh. What does its report say?
I'm on it. You said that Thomas Partey has said that himself that he wants to go to Manchester United. Let's see.
No.
I'm going through that.
Hang on,
Yeah.
Natasha. You know yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
Players very rarely come out themselves and say it.
You said this so many times.
Hang on. They either use
Go ahead.
agents or family members or third parties to say what they say. You know that yourself. Come on,
You
don't
just
be so naive.
backtracking.
So-
I haven't.
Okay.
You guys.
So, Brownie, who has said?
You guys.
Who has said?
You guys are
No, I'm
claiming that because of Thomas Partey's father said he wanted to join Arsenal, but he wanted to join Arsenal. That's Thomas Partey's father playing the
Yeah.
fucking game. At the end of the day, it's the same thing.
But you said
No,
that
he said it
Partey
himself too. That's why we were asking you, where did Thomas Partey say? Yeah.
Yeah, you said that Thomas Partey said that he wanted to go
Sorry,
to
Daniel, go ahead.
United.
Well, okay. Via I missed out the
But you
word
didn't say
via-
that. You
via an
didn't
invent-
state that.
Okay, then Thomas Partey has never said he wanted to go to Arsenal. prove to me that Thomas Partey said he wanted to go to Arsenal. He's never said that. He's
Thomas
never said
Partey has actually been quoted saying that he wants to join Arsenal.
No, Thomas Partey's father has actually been quoted.
And Thomas
Partey-
Partey.
Well,
And
okay,
Thomas Partey.
Send me the link, then. Send me the link.
All right, let me
Because
go
you
and
know,
find.
because you know what, Daniel? Had Thomas Partey said he wanted to go to Arsenal, that would mean that he's triggering a transfer request.
Not necessarily. No,
yes,
not
it does.
necessarily.
Yes,
No, it
yes,
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, of course it does.
No, it doesn't.
Of course
Just
it
because
does.
you say you have a desire to play for a club doesn't mean to say you're angling for a transfer
Send me
to
the
that
link,
club.
then. Send
Let me
the
tell
link.
you. Let me tell you why. That these two different things. Remember last season that Hakim Ziyech said that he wanted to join Arsenal. He said that he would love to join Arsenal and that Arsenal was his
I'm not
dream club.
interested in
And
Ziyech.
And listen, that never
the Dutch
happened.
league is a fucking farmers league. I'm not interested.
But that never happened, right? So the point I'm making is that players can express their desire to play for certain clubs. Doesn't mean to say that they're putting in for a transfer. That signifies a transfer request. If Party was putting in for a transfer request, he'd do it through Atletico. It's not. If Party wanted to put in if he wanted to angle for a transfer, he would go and put in a transfer request. Saying
so
that
why doesn't he do? Why doesn't he do that then?
Because
if you really want to join Arsenal, why doesn't he do that?
Because he's a professional. Some players are professional.
What?
Not every player puts in a transfer request.
Well, what is Aubameyang? Was Aubameyang a professional then when he went on strike because he wanted to go to Arsenal?
No, see, I will tell you one thing.
There? No. Let's hang on. Was Aubameyang professional when he went on strike because he wanted to move from Dortmund to Arsenal?
Like I said to you, some players are professional. I said not every player puts in a transfer.
Professional? Yes or no? Yes or
but
no?
I
was
said
Aubameyang professional at that time?
No, but Brownie, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying to you. I'm saying not every player.
No. You're trying to dodge the question.
Three things. He was tagged a troublemaker because of that. Aubameyang was tagged at that point of time by all the fans because he did that. He was tagged, if you remember, he was tagged a troublemaker because of what he did there. So at that point of time, you cannot say that he was professional, but that is the way that players force their move out. The second thing is, if you read all the stories that are coming with respect to Partey, they have said that he wants to play for Arsenal, but he will not force a move out. The next thing to add to that is 1 second. The next thing to add to that is that also Thomas Partey knows that if Arsenal wants me to play for them, which I want as well, they need to pay the damn release clause. Once Arsenal pays the release clause, I am free to move from Atletico Madrid to Arsenal. So it is as simple as that. We have not paid the release clause yet, so he's still stuck at Atletico Madrid. If he did not want to join Arsenal, if he wanted to join Manchester United, he was linked to them. They could have paid off the money easily. They got money to pay. They could have paid off his money, his release clause. They could have signed him. He would have agreed terms with them and would have moved to Manchester United. But because he wants to move to Arsenal...
Let me put this to you. To you. Right?
Yeah.
The whole thing is going on Sancho. Right? Who has, 120 million? I think it's euro, isn't it? 120 million or euro release clause. Right?
Okay.
What if that is a smoke screen and they get Partey instead?
Who gets Partey instead?
Man United.
Would United fans be happy with that? And then they got half the outlay to have Thomas Partey and Jadon Sancho. Do you think United fans would be happy with that?
See, they would. Most of the Chelsea fans have to contend with Arsenal fans. The players are Arsenal fans.
We're not about Chelsea fans.
But
you're not listening.
Brownie, your arguments have no substance, and I'll tell you why they have no substance. Because, you're saying that he wants to go to United when there's no links. I've strong link,
Daniel. I've sent you a link.
Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is there's no credible, strong
There's no
link.
comment in it. It's a transfer rumor.
All right. So the guys, you do know, guys, yeah, how many family members are agents of players?
I'm not on about family members.
I'm
on about this family
just
members.
a second, Daniel. Just a second. I have a counter to that.
I've met Sergio Ramos's agent, who was actually his brother, Rene Ramos. Yeah.
Yes,
Messi's agent is his father. Listen,
agreed.
Family members play the game. Right? The bottom line is Thomas Partey wants a better contract. Whether that would be with Atleti, whether it be Arsenal, whether it be United, whether it be PSG or Juve or whatever, he wants a better. He feels he wants a better contract. Right?
Yeah.
Now, are you really
there's only
naive?
one rebuttal that I have to that.
Are you really that naive to say that family members aren't playing the game for these players? Because if you are, I'm knocking off now. I'm leaving this fucking chat.
Of course
because-
they are. Of course
Right,
they
so-
are playing the game.
His
But-
father,
but that-
his father said he wants to go to Arsenal. So
Ah.
even if he's playing that game, his father clearly said he's going to Arsenal. He wants to go to Arsenal. So that if that is the case, his father never said he wants to go to United. Argument is that the family members generally make the wish of the player, who is
Really?
probably their
Really?
agent or their family member.
Or-
Heard
or-
you
or-
just said
or-
it on the stream.
Or would his father say, I'm going to Arsenal, hoping that would kick United, PSG or Juve at the backside to move it? No, because that's what they do. That is what.
But
What's
that's a
stopping
lot of
him to going?
How many
that's a
times
lot
have
of
Arsenal-
conspiracy.
How many times have Arsenal and United been played in transfer fucking rumours? How many times? A hell of a lot.
No, I am not. I am saying what's
yes or
stopping
no?
him
Would
from
you
going to
agree with me on
United
that?
so far?
Would you agree with me?
Every
on that?
club
How
gets
many
played in
times
some at some
have
point of time
Arsenal
with
and
respect to some
United-
deal.
How many times have Arsenal and United both been played by players and agents to make sure that their representative
Again, that's
gets
in
a
the
better
past.
deal?
Again, that's in the
That's
past.
in the
But-
past now. Oh, that's
all right then,
fucking hell.
but Brownie, come on, but let me come on, let me ask you because it seems to me that you're trying to find anything to say that this party to Arsenal. And listen, you've made no secret of the fact that the Arsenal fan base is a joke. Listen, I agree with you on certain Arsenal fans and stuff, but what the point I'm trying to make is that you say that party's not coming. You've said that we've talked about the release clause. And now you're saying about United. You're saying about United. That he's
I've
saying
said
that he wants to go.
I've said United for the last 3 months, Daniel.
But
I've said United have
you
been rumoured within the last 3 months. But I will
But they
always- I
haven't
will
been
always put-
rumoured. They have not been rumoured. You go and watch any news outlet, and when I say news outlet, I mean
just
credible
sent you a
news
link.
outlets.
I've just sent you a link.
But that's a transfer rumour.
It's
All right,
a
then.
rumor. Wait one
Nita-
sec. You
Ni-
have been saying till
It's a
last video
it's a
yesterday. You were
transfer
saying.
rumour, but it's a transfer rumour.
Hold on,
But he's going
hold
to
on.
Arsenal.
Till
What's the
yesterday,
date on it? What's the date on it?
till yesterday, you were saying that Thomas Partey has himself said he wants to go to United. Neither his family members have said so, nor he has said so. This is
It's a
from 28
transfer
April
rumour.
2020.
It's a transfer rumour that he's going to Arsenal. It's the same bloody rumour, same level of rumour.
Which one? But what I'm
What's
saying
the
is none
date?
of his
What's
family
the date
members,
on
as you
it?
were
So
saying,
you're saying
Is it
2020?
28 April.
Is it only certain
28
transfer
April.
rumours you believe
Okay.
in? Other transfer rumours you don't then? Is it only pro-Arsenal transfer rumours you believe
No,
and anti-Arsenal transfer?
absolutely not.
That's how
No,
it's coming
but no,
across.
but you're.
Do you
your
know how a
thing-
transfer rumor gets credibility?
Hang
It has
on,
to have
my
a quote in
transfer- My transfer rumour has been correct even up until this point, and you know that yourself, Mitesh, because I was on Arsenal FC page 4 months ago, and what I said
Brownie,
then
let
is
me-
still correct now.
Okay, Brownie, you said that when we had this discussion, or we had this debate a while ago, I can't remember what it was, but I think it was last week. You said that Fabrizio Romano turned around and said that that Partey is definitely not coming to Arsenal, when actually, and this is coming from Fabrizio Romano himself, stated that at the moment it's not happening, but things could change in the transfer window, which is what I've said all along, which is basically, Fabrizio Romano didn't actually rule it out. He just said, as things stand at the moment, that's where we are. Arsenal need to pay the release clause. They haven't. And, anything could happen. So this is what I'm saying. Like,
No, hang on. I am you. I can't see myself. I go on here.
Yep, and till the previous video, he
I'll-
was
I'll-
saying
I'll-
that Thomas. Yeah, good.
I'll leave and come back, yeah?
Sure.
what?
Till the previous video, he was saying that Thomas Partey himself has said that I want to go to Manchester United. I told him, show the quote. In the same video, he said some time ago at the start of the video that a player, if he wants to go to a particular club, generally his family says it, generally his friends say it, generally his agent says it. So when Thomas Partey's father says that my son wants to go to Arsenal, where does United come in from?
Nah,
Can't see you again.
I don't.
He's gone again.
I don't think
Spanish
Brownie
internet.
wants to come. Maybe he's angling for a move to a different stream. You know, maybe this is what's.
Maybe he's being transferred. He's back,
Yeah.
but he can't see
I
him
can't
still.
see again. What the fuck is happening? This shit thing. Fuck here now. Anyway, fuck it. Go on. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've been transferred to Lee Gunner's fucking show, I reckon, for 1 pint.
Yeah. So did you get what I said about Fabrizio Romano when I said that you know, you said that he categorically said that Partey isn't going to Arsenal, when actually Fabrizio Romano said himself that actually at this stage Arsenal need to pay the release clause. They haven't.
No, hang on. Fabrizio Romano on Lee Gunner's show a couple of days ago clearly stated that that no movement has been made. And he said that on.
Yes,
Basic.
This is what I'm saying to you. He said that no movement has been made, but because the position is clear. But he also said, which is the bit you're conveniently missing out, he also said that things could change before the window closes. Who knows?
But that's a sitting on a fence kind of comment, isn't it? Of course,
No,
things
it's
can
not.
change. Of course, things can change. Of course,
But you're
things
just
can change.
picking. But Brownie, you're just picking things out of reports to
Oh,
suit
come
your
on,
argument. No,
Of
come
course,
on,
I,
it's
of course,
true.
of course I
You're
am.
just-
Of course I am.
You're just picking bits out of reports to suit your argument.
No,
You're
of
not
course I am.
quoting the whole thing.
Hey, I don't like saying I'm fucking wrong. Don't get me wrong. Right?
Exactly.
But the bottom line is Fabrizio Romano said that at this moment in time, which is the same stance in which I have done for the last 4 or 5 months, at this moment in time, no movement has been made. If he, as an test
At this
player-
moment in
as
time,
a-
exactly.
as an
Agreed.
atte- as
That's
an
kind of
test-
like what
Are you
you're
gonna let
doing
me
is
finish?
it's
Are you
kind
gonna
of
let me
it's
finish?
it's
Are you
kind
gonna
of
let me
like
finish? Let me
yeah,
finish.
go on.
As the test clearly stated, right at the beginning of the stream, the test stated, if Partey has always been the number one target, then go out and fucking get him. You know what the release clause is. Go and get him. Don't fuck around. Because the more you fuck around with it, is basically the more you look like an absolute bunch of wankers who just want to Del Boy as a fucking agent. Basically, that's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is why I also said that the fans have made him look like the priority of the club. But what Arteta wants is one centre back, which he's already got in Gabriel, one attacking option, which he got in Willian, and one midfielder, whether that is OR, whether that is, and obviously they have to be good. Whether it is OR, whether it is Partey, Arteta just wants a good player that will fit into that midfield system. The fans have said that that Partey is number one priority. The club is he is his top target. He's the top target. It can change. It has already changed. The recent comments that the stories that are going around now suggest that Arteta is a big fan of OR, whom he hadn't seen play before, or maybe he didn't notice him that much. But his contributions in the Champions League have changed that. So that can change.
No, it's not contribution to Champions League. Let's be honest. It's not contribution to Champions League. It's contributions of how installments can be made. That's the bottom line. Right? That is the bottom line. Arsenal have a budget to make transfers. They are holding we're crossing our fingers to ensure that all their transfer targets can be met, as in a CDM, a midfielder, a defence. All the transfer targets can be met, hoping that the other clubs, the selling clubs, will agree to their instalment plans. Transfers are made in majority of transfers are made in installments now. I got no issue with that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But
The release clauses
If-
can't be paid in installments.
some can if the selling club doesn't give a fuck. Right? But I'm telling you now, Atleti want to keep hold of Party. And they are playing hardball.
Yeah, which
Arsenal have known this for the last 3 or 4 months. And they still fucking trying to play fucking PR stunts with it.
bearing in
you
mind
know
the
what?
transfer window. Bearing in
and-
mind the transfer window's only been open a month.
Daniel,
So-
I have been involved in transfers, especially Aaron Ramsey. I've been involved in transfers, which have from the first talks to the last talks have been over 12 months.
But the transfer window has only opened.
Transfer, yeah,
You-
that's fair
you
enough.
can-
That's fair.
The only thing you can do is verbally agree to a transfer.
Agree? Yes,
so,
you can.
So
You
like
can.
with
But you know-
Chelsea,
but-
like with Chelsea and Ziyech, they agreed to sign, but they couldn't
you
put
know
the
what-
transfer
but-
through officially until the window opened.
But
That's
you
what
know
I'm saying.
what? But you know what, Daniel? You know what? And I've said this a couple of times now. What I am hearing over here is the Party and his fucking sidekicks are fucked off with Arsenal simply because they giving it Billy Big Bollocks, so we can pay you this, we can pay you that. But when it comes down to actually fucking getting a release clause, they fucked. And
Right,
it's
then where's that evidence then? You're
Well,
saying
it's
that
a-
where's that evidence?
with the same evidence in which I knew.
Okay,
about
so
it.
you said Party and his sidekick.
hang on. 4 months ago. 4 months.
So where's
ago,
the evidence? Where's the evidence?
You didn't ask me evidence 4 months ago when.
Where's the
when I
evidence?
told you that Arsenal didn't have the money.
Where's the evidence? Because you're saying Party and his sidekicks are saying that, and then when we quoted, you're saying Party and his sidekicks said that he's fucked off with Arsenal, but then you on the same breath before that, a while ago when we were talking about family members, you said that we can't trust them because they're just
Well,
playing the game.
Daniel, if you go back 4 months ago, when I initially told people,
That's not answering my question, though, is it?
No, but it is linking it
It's
up.
not.
It's linking it up. If you let me finish, it is linking it up. 4 months ago, right? Basically, I had this information of someone I know in Atleti. I paid them €400 for the information, yeah, right? And they told me then, Arsenal don't have the money. I then went public telling Arsenal don't have the money for the party clause, for the party release clause. I have all these Arsenal fucking fans worldwide giving me shit. Arsenal got money, blah, blah, blah. This is from the same person. And I have mentioned it quite a number of times now. A Party and his representatives have become fucked off with Arsenal because they all promise, they Billy promise, and nothing have happened.
And how do you know that's
no.
true? Couldn't they just be playing the game
Well,
like
hang on.
you said with his family members?
Hang on.
Because you said his family members,
Daniel,
like when they said,
Daniel,
when I said that his family members said that he wants to join Arsenal, you said, "Oh, you can't take that as gospel because he's playing the game." Well, I
hang
want to reverse that to you. Couldn't his sidekicks and if what you're saying is true, couldn't they just
Daniel,
be playing the game?
Well, hang
as
on,
you say?
hang on. My contact here has been correct up until now with regarding Arsenal don't have the money. That's 4 months now. So are you trying to tell me that?
But what you're reporting,
Are you trying-
is nothing
hang on.
new. How many reports a year in the transfer window, when the transfer window happens, how many reports every year comes out about, oh, Arsenal don't have money, Arsenal don't have this, Arsenal don't have that? for the last 6 or 7 years, I can guarantee you that there's always going to be a report out there that Arsenal don't have the money. So what you're reporting
Really?
is nothing.
Really?
Isn't
Really?
yes,
And
yeah.
one more thing. We have already signed Pablo Mari. We have already signed Gabriel. We are already in talks with more players. So if we are signing these players, where is the money coming from? Even if we
Is
are
it not?
paying in
They're
parts,
all in installments, Natesh. They're all in
even if it
installments.
is in parts, come on, we are signing two players. We have already signed. Forget Cedric
They're
because
in
he came on a free
installments,
transfer.
man. They're in installments.
You still got to pay
Still,
that money though, even
yes.
if it being in
Yeah,
installments.
granted. Right? Granted, you know, installments is part and parcel of transfers we do. I accept that. But this release clause, because Athletic are playing hardball, they want full on up front. Right?
And the second thing about this
Are you trying
is
to tell
yeah.
me? Are you trying to tell me that my contact 4 months ago, who has been right up until now, all of a sudden on his other information, he's been incorrect up until now? Nonsense! Absolute fucking nonsense.
What we are trying to say to you is 4 months ago the transfer window was not open. It's been open for barely a month now. So the deal that had to happen would have happened between the start of the transfer window up till now, or it will happen in the next month or so. Again, if Torreira is sold,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll give you a prime example. I'll give you a prime example of how long transfers can last. Yeah. Because I know a transfer that's going to
It's
happen.
not relevant to. It's
No,
not relevant
no.
though.
It
I
is
don't get
relevant.
where you're going with this.
It is relevant, Daniel. I will tell you a transfer which will happen next summer. I'll tell you a transfer right now which will happen next summer. That's how long transfers can take, negotiations can take. Right? So next summer, when Mbappe go to Real Madrid, right? You two can come back to me and say, you know what, Ad? You were right of how long transfers can take. Transfers don't just happen from the start of the transfer window to the end of the transfer window.
I want to add two things. I want to add quickly two things. That may be true in the case where there is a negotiation going on, not in the case where there's a release clause. You just pay the money and it's done. You just then negotiate the wages. It is as simple as that. Again, the hyping up of the family members also does not have any kind of impact in this apart from the wages side of things. Because the transfer clause, the release clause is a fixed amount. We have to pay that money. Whether they hype it up like 10 times, they hype it up 100 times, the release clause will not change. The only thing that can change is probably the wages and the perks that he will be getting from the clubs. So as simple as that.
I have known. I mean, I was involved in transfers for about a year and a half, 2 years max. Because to be honest, I hated the industry. Absolutely hated the industry. But I have known release clauses to be done in installments. It really all depends on the selling club, to be honest.
And I also listen with the Mbappe and Real Madrid thing. Listen, that everybody's known that for ages. With the Mbappe and Real Madrid thing, everyone knows that Real Madrid is. Everyone knows that Real Madrid is just waiting. You know, they want to get a few players off the wage book.
No. If you go back to our Twitter our Twitter group, no one until the other night knew that how much Real Madrid are actually putting into the refurbishment of the Bernabeu. No one knew that it was going to be a roof on the Bernabeu.
What's that got to do with Mbappe? Because
it is relevant. It is relevant because Florentino Perez is basically saying to Real Madrid, basically said to Real Madrid fans, look, you're going to have a lean couple of years because the refurbishment needs to happen. Once the refurbishment is happening, that's when we get back into buying Mbappe and so on. You know?
I think they're just waiting for Bale to be off the books. That will happen in 1 more year. If Bale is gone, I think they have the money then to get Mbappe as well.
It is what it is, yeah. It is what it is. Football is great because it's all about opinions. We all have different opinions. I love you both. but you wind me up at times. Don't get me wrong, right? And I'm sure I wind you up at times. But you know what? It's YouTube. It's YouTube, and you know it's all.
We have
We'll
gone on
see.
for 1 hour 40 minutes and we discussed only 3 transfer rumors. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
Well, we've had a good discussion.
Right, listen, I'm gonna have to go. Love you and leave you. Right.
All right, then.
Please, anyone watching this, subscribe to Football Brownie. I'm sure you fucking hate some of my topics, but we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Sure. I think Brownie is at a strip club.
Yeah,
That's why his camera was off.
Just what a character.
Do you want me to read some of the chats? There are a few.
Yeah,
chats.
read some of the chats and then we'll wrap up.
Yep, the Arsenal misfit Steve is saying if Arsenal don't take the money for Bellerin and run, there is no hope. He's also adding that Adam looks like he's bar hopping. And Khan is saying Adam is a legend. Liam Damon is saying love Nitish on the Facebook page maybe. Steve is saying it's not a rumor because we have already made a bid for him. See, I don't understand with the Thomas Partey thing. Like, it can't be a rumor because we already, you also know, Daniel, we already offered them Alexander Lacazette. We offered them Guendouzi.
Yeah.
We are in talks with them. We had so many things going on there. And how can it and suddenly United in a few reports, but then there was no quote, no claim, not even his father, none of his family members, none of his agents or anyone related to him or affiliated to him mentioned Manchester United at any point of time. So I don't understand that why would Brownie say that he's trying to go to Manchester United if his dream club or if he wants to play at Arsenal. If he does go to Manchester United, it would piss them off, the Arsenal fans, and ruin any of his chances of going back to Arsenal ever in the future.
Yeah.
And I agree with your one point that you said that he is patient. If not, the deal will not happen now. Maybe next year he'll try to come to Arsenal again. So that could be the case when maybe the terms will change. And he was saying that his family is hyping up and all those things. But how does that impact a deal where there is a fixed release clause and the amount is not going to change under any circumstances, apart from the wage?
Yeah, no, I agree.
3 more chats are there, and then we can have a discussion on something else or wrap it up. Khan is laughing about it, and Russ Morgan is saying sell Bellerin and keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And Khan has asked a question: what do you think of United getting Van de Beek?
Panic buy. I think it's a panic buy. I think because they couldn't get Sancho, they tried to just gloss over the fact that they've made a mess of things. And they thought, oh, we'll get him Van de Beek. But yeah, panic buy.
I posted the same thing on Twitter and people were asking me, how is it a panic buy when the window is still having 1 month of time left? There is still a month left. How can you say it is a panic buy? Panic buy is not just about timing. I think it's about how you get pressurized into buying some player. So Grant Roberts is saying people seem to forget that Arsenal always try to get players on the cheap. And Khan is saying Chelsea, City all are strengthening. I can't see Liverpool winning the league. If you think about it, look at Chelsea, Ziyech, Werner and Thiago Silva. So he's talking about Hakim Ziyech and Werner coming in and Thiago Silva as well.
Yeah, and then obviously they're getting Havertz as well. So
yep, and possibly they got Chilwell as well. Don't get Chilwell. Sarr coming in next season as well.
Yes.
He's gone on loan possibly. He'll be going on loan. So they got so many players in.
Yeah.
The only thing that got me wound up a bit with respect to Brownie's comment was he was saying, are you guys embarrassed that Arsenal hasn't been able to pay the 43 million release clause and all those things? Look at Liverpool. They haven't even signed any big players. So when I said Liverpool, Cheddars just popped up in the chat. Just kidding, Cheddars. But what I'm trying to say is that Liverpool is also signing players who have potential but are not big names. So why would we be embarrassed as Arsenal fans when we are getting in good signings like Gabriel? We got Pablo Mari. We have Saliba. Why would we even we be embarrassed being Arsenal fans or anything related to the club when we are signing players in a pandemic and we are not making panic buys?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just it just seems like that Brownie's trying to throw everything and anything at this, and it seems like that he's pulling out articles, picking bits that suit his argument, and not actually reading the whole article or quoting the whole article, and he changes his opinions very often. So it's just, yeah, I don't think it's credible.
Yeah, and
I
one
don't
more
think
thing.
the argument's credible.
And one more thing, just wanted to add to that is with respect to Arsenal, we have already won the FA Cup. We got Community Shield as well. So we are winning things, and we are getting that winning mentality. And we got Saliba, who's been tagged one of the best defenders, centre backs in League One. He's been tagged as a huge prospect. We got Gabriel, who's one of the best centre backs in League One again, and we got Cedric, who can contribute. He's a Portuguese international. We got Pablo Mari, who looked good, and he's also in. So if we are buying some good players and filling in the voids in the squad, why are people complaining that we're not spending money? We are not going in for those big names, but obviously we are buying players, and we are getting rid of deadwood. That is the problem. The deadwood is going away slowly, which some of the people in the chat as well said.
Yeah.
Should I get into the chat again?
Yeah. Carry on. Yeah.
It's become lively again. Russ Morgan has said Lampard has it all to do. He could be gone by Christmas. Cheddars is saying Chelsea have Kepa and goal. They're not winning the league. Khan is saying so. Cheddars, so aren't Liverpool. Steve is saying Chelsea still haven't really fixed their keeper and defensive problems. And Russ Morgan is saying Cedric in hindsight looks like a panic buy. And Khan is saying Cedric is good. Daniel, do you agree that Cedric is a panic buy? I don't think so. I mean, we tried him. The decision wasn't the best, but we got him for free.
I don't think Cedric's a panic buy. I think buying him with an injury, I've sort of questioned that when we needed a right back, and we kind of brought in an injured right back when we already had one injured. It kind of seemed a bit weird to me, but I don't necessarily think he's a panic buy. I think it's just, listen, I think he'll do a job. I really do. So yeah, no, I don't think he's a panic buy. When you look at players like who we've signed, you look at players like Lucas Perez. Remember him? Mertesacker, Danny Welbeck. Those guys, I would probably say, were panic buys, but no, I don't think Cedric Suarez was a panic buy.
Yeah, and one more thing, just wanted to add, like Arteta said himself, that he's the best fullback that we have. So I think it was with respect to attacking capability, but whatever be the case, if Arteta did believe in him, why would he be buying him? I think the reason we loaned out to him was because we thought that Russ Morgan has mentioned Andre Santos.
Yeah.
But I was saying that, see, I think the reason we bought him on that loan, even though he was injured, was because we wanted to ensure that we get him on loan with the capability or the clause that we can sign him for permanently as well. So I think that is why we took that risk and we got him there for free. And Grant Roberts is saying that Chelsea are looking for a goalkeeper from Rennes or even Onana. So yes, let's see what happens there as well. They are also, a lot of Chelsea fans are saying that they would rather have Martinez if he wants to leave Arsenal.
Yeah.
That would be sad. That would be really sad if Martinez or Leno or any of our keepers goes to any rival club there.
Yeah, definitely.
Just want to give you one last update. The David Luiz playing as a defensive midfielder was under Emery in the Europa League against Frankfurt. The game that we lost 2-1, the second leg before he was sacked in the group stages. That was the game. that David Luiz played as a defensive midfielder under Emery, and he got injured and he went off injured in that game.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't under Arteta. I knew it was under Emery, because Arteta has always played him in the defensive role.
Yeah, I got the cup wrong, but it was the Europa League, and it was not the manager. It was not Arteta. It was Emery's last game. So that is why it was on the border there, on the deadline.
Yeah. Listen, we've been going for almost an hour and 50 minutes. So what we'll do is I think we'll wrap up now. So
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Nitesh, if you just want to tell everybody where they can find you.
Sure. You guys can find me on Arsenal FC Fans on Facebook. The page has almost reached around 370k now. And you can also find me on Beyond the Posts on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. There is a contest for you guys if you want to take part. It is for game week 1. And you can just check that video out. It's FIFA Mobile Feed the Contest. You can take part. The prize, cash prize, I've put up a cash prize of anyone who wants to take part in it and possibly be a winner can just take a look at the video and you can take part in it. You can put your answer in the comment section. And thank you, Daniel, again for having me on. And it was good to be here. Apart from the time when like Brownie was going on and on, it was impossible to talk at that time. I was just letting him say whatever he wanted to and then countering. So big up to the conversation. It was a good one and good discussion and a debate as well. So thank you so much for having me on once again.
Yeah, no worries. Listen, it's been a pleasure as always having you on. And yeah, listen, guys. So yeah, do subscribe here to the Blind Gooner as well, and do like my Facebook page as well, the Blind Gooner. But yeah, listen, guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I won't be doing any live streaming. I'll be doing some pre-recorded videos. So yeah, I won't be streaming live. I might come on Friday with another live stream, because I'm looking at doing some FPL stuff as well. Not gonna. I know Simpy's doing it on his channel, so I think I'm gonna talk to him so it doesn't clash with his. So yeah, I'm looking at doing something there, but that's sort of not been confirmed or anything like that yet. But yeah, also then going into next week, going to be looking ahead to the Premier League. Obviously, we're a week away now. So yeah, just got lots of great things coming up on this channel. So do subscribe and do keep liking the content. And do turn on that notification bell, because that is key to you getting the content. I know YouTube plays havoc with people's notifications and that from time to time. So yeah, do turn on the notification bell. Also for the guys on Facebook, if you do want to subscribe, I'd really appreciate that, because you won't get the pre-recorded stuff on Facebook. So yeah, if you do, you will miss out if you don't hit the subscribe button. Listen, it's been a great show tonight. Just want to thank Nitesh, you for coming on, and
thank you.
Thank Brownie for coming on, even though disagree with your argument. But yeah, listen, mate, thank you for coming on. And yeah, listen, until tomorrow, take care, guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening or your day or whatever you're doing. So yeah, take care, guys.